Hi, I'm Steve with another video, and I have been busy, and the reason that I've been busy is that my wife had COVID. The good news, she's gotten through it, everybody, and it was pretty bad. And I have to tell you, but thank God she was boosted, thank God she had vaccinated, and I really, it was contributing to make the symptoms far more mild, but it can be far worse, and in this hospital I see it. I see how terrible it can get. But in this case, thank God she was getting through it. We're at the tail end of it now. She's got some lingering symptoms. She's got this cough. But we're getting through it, and now she's even back at work, and so it's getting better. So she got through this. Let me go ahead and continue, and I'm going to tell you two stories. And I've said this before. Sometimes we chaplains get together, we talk about stories, talk about patient experiences, and sometimes we get a story as an NDE experience. And I'm going to tell you two of them, which I thought were interesting. The first one is a pre-birth experience before you were born. The second one is the question I'm going to ask is, do animals have souls? There's a twist. And I'll get in that in a minute. There's a twist on that second story. But let me go on the first one. And the first one is that she was describing going through the tunnel. It was a black tunnel. And there was a light at the end. Sound familiar? Kind of like at the end of our lives, we go through the same sort of experience, but she's going through this experience. And what was happening is that she hadn't guardian angel, but she was going through the tunnel. At first, she didn't know what was going on. She was very confused. What am I here? Where am I going? What's going on here? The guardian angel starts to talk to her, and he was informing her that her memory of everything that before, in the existence that she was in, and now she's being about to be born, she has to have all that memory erased. Temporarily, it has to be taken out. And that's why she was confused. She was going through the process of everything being erased, and then the guardian angel was, really kind of showing support. We're going to be right there with you. You're going to Earth. You're about to be born, and you're going to have a lot of experience. We're going to be right there with you. You have nothing to fear. You're going to be just fine. We're going to watch over you. So it was interesting, and I found interesting kind of a verification that before we're born, we've had all these experiences before we're born, but it's temporarily erased. It's taken away. Because you have to come into this life, and the way he was explaining in the guardian angel, you have to have the experience. I don't know if it's exactly the same words, but for real. And you have to go into this earth. Anyway, I found it interesting. But the parallel between at the end of life, you see the dark tunnel, and the bottom, we're born to born, the same kind of experience. You go through a dark tunnel, and there's a light at the end. That light is now, that's life. She's about to be born. So I find that interesting. The second story is a guy who has had he's had a couple NDE experiences. The one that I really find interesting is that we talked about animals have souls. Here's the twist, everybody. We are the ones, the souls on these animals. I'm just telling you I'm just telling you. It's interesting, though. Let me go ahead and continue because it is interesting. But anyway, the way he was describing it, though, is he's having a review. This review is just not in this lifetime. It was all the lifetimes he's had before. All of them. I mean, at such a rapid pace. There was just all these different lifetimes, and he's kind of remembering some of them. And we talk about animals having souls. He was an animal, and I think he was either, I don't know, horse, something like that, and he remembers it pretty distinctly. But he was an animal. So the answer to the question, do animals have souls? Yeah, we are the souls. We're the ones that are the animals. So it's a whole different ballgame, everybody, and it's just it's I don't know. Sometimes people tell me things, and I'm just relaying what I know here and what I'm telling you. But anyway, it was an interesting story. But animals do have souls, and we are the ones we are the souls. We're the ones that go through the experiences. And I said before, and I did a video like, what do we do for infinity? And what we're doing for infinity, not only are we gaining knowledge, we're gaining experience of all the different lifetimes we had. And he was also describing that he was some sort of an insect, some large insect somewhere. He had that experience, and then he also had experience of being an alien. And he couldn't tell whether he was humanoid or not, but he knew it was alien. That's all he knew. And it was quite the way he was describing it, very bright, very intelligent. And so, and the way he was describing it, all these lifetimes, hundreds of them flashing by at a very rapid pace, but you're getting them. You're getting all the experience. You're having that review of all these different lives. And then what they do is, when he was describing it, it accumulates all your knowledge, all the stuff that it's all accumulating, and you're getting all this information, you're getting all this knowledge. Not only that, but in your previous lives too, you're getting knowledge in other ways of getting knowledge. But I thought it was interesting. And to answer the question, do animals have souls? Well, here's the answer, based on this NDE experience. We are the animals at times. We go through these experiences. So when you look at an animal, I don't know. What am I going to tell you on this? I mean, you look at your dog. There's that dog over there. That's somebody that you may know. It proposes a lot of stuff out there, guys. And I just have to throw this out. And the thing that I have to tell you too is that all of this may seem so far out. But I also say too, everything and anything is possible with God. The second question I said, what do we do for infinity? So what our knowledge is far more expansive, everybody. Far more unique. And I think I keep reiterating this all the time, how unique we really truly are. Of all, and every person you look out there, and now even animals too, you may have a little different perspective on them. Even that small little insect, and things that, I remember in some of that discussion before, we progressed. Well, there may be some truth to that. We may progress in experiences from being a lower species to something that more far advanced, and that's what we are today. Interesting. Everything and anything is possible with God. But I got to tell you one thing. The thing I'm really trying to point out to you: every person you look at, everybody you see on this world, and all around the universe, we are truly and absolutely unique. Unique, everybody, and you have to appreciate it. And what's going on our Earth, what's going on in this experience in here is that, God intended us to be different. God intended us to be different. God intended us to have different thoughts, different perspectives on things. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us truly unique. To kind of blend this all together is that the other thing he was kind of talking about is that we are a product, even in this lifetime, we are a product of experiences. We're not aware of it totally, but we're the product of all the experiences we've had so far in this lifetime. We may not know it. I mean, it's hard to kind of put it all together, but it's just really unique, everybody. And the point that I'm really trying to make, we're actually totally, absolutely unique, and we are meant to be different. We are unique in ourselves, and every person you look at, unique. Now even animals. A little different story here, a little bending here, and I even for myself, but I'm just relaying it to you guys, and that's a decision you guys are going to have to make too. What you guys think, and it's just interesting, everybody. Just really interesting how all is so encompassing. It is such a wonder of just existence alone. Anyway, I'm going to end it. I appreciate your time as always. I hope your day is going well. Until the next video. Thanks again for your time. Appreciate it.